All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and lay foundation stones of several development projects in Assam today. Prime Minister holds telephone conversation with his UK counterpart Rishi Sunak, raises security of Indian diplomatic missions in UK, among other issues. Discussions on climate finance moving in positive direction, says India at G20 Finance Ministers meeting in Washington. Nation remembers Dr Bhim Rao Ambedkar on his birth anniversary today. On the occasion, Bharat Gaurav Tourist train to be flagged off from New Delhi. Festivals of Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Vaisakhadi and Puthandu Pirappu being celebrated in different parts of the country today. And Aman Sehrawat clinches India's first gold medal at Asian Wrestling Championships in Astana. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Assam today. He will inaugurate and lay foundation stones of several development projects in the state. The Prime Minister will also attend the Mega Bihu celebration in Guwahati, where over 11,000 dancers will participate. More from our correspondent.
The Prime Minister will inaugurate the AIIMS at Sangsari in Guwahati and will also dedicate virtually 3 more medical colleges at Nalbari, Kokrajhar and Nagaon districts to the nation. Prime Minister Modi will then virtually lay the foundation stone of Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institute at IIT Guwahati and will also ceremonially launch the Ayushman Bharat PM Jan Arogya Yojana cards in a symbolic manner. After that, the Prime Minister will attend the closing ceremony of Platinum Jubilee celebration of Guwahati High Court at Srimanta Shankardev Kalakshetra. Prime Minister Modi will also attend the Mega Bihu celebration at Horukhada Stadium in the afternoon, where over 11,000 dancers will participate. Aminul Haq Juddar, All India Radio News, Guwahati.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi had a telephonic conversation with his United Kingdom counterpart Rishi Sunak last night. Both the leaders reviewed the progress on a number of bilateral issues as part of the India-UK Roadmap 2030. They expressed satisfaction at the recent high-level exchanges and growing cooperation, particularly in trade and economic sectors. They agreed on the need for early conclusion of a mutually beneficial free trade agreement between the two countries. Mr. Modi raised the issue of security of Indian diplomatic establishments in the UK and called for a strong action against anti-India elements by the UK government. The UK Prime Minister conveyed that the UK considers the attack on the Indian High Commission totally unacceptable and assured of the security of the Indian mission and its personnel. Mr. Modi also raised the issue of economic offenders who have sought refuge in the UK. He sought progress on the return of these fugitives so that they can appear before the Indian judicial system. Prime Minister Modi also invited PM Sunak for the G20 summit to be held in September this year. The UK Prime Minister appreciated the progress made under India's presidency of the G20 and reiterated the UK's full support to India's initiatives and their success. The 2-day meeting of G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors under the Indian G20 presidency concluded yesterday in Washington, D.C. It was held on the margins of the 2023 spring meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group. Briefing the media, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said discussions on climate finance are moving in positive direction, adding that not just the current flow, but also the quantum required to meet the climate challenges. She added that private financing, transitional costs and technological requirements are also being looked into. Ms. Sitharaman said the finance ministers and governors recognize the urgency to address debt vulnerabilities, including strengthening multilateral coordination toward addressing increasing debt distress in low-income and vulnerable middle-income countries. She said G20 members appreciated India's presidency's focus on the important agenda around reforming and strengthening multilateral development banks to address global challenges of the 21st century. She said countries took a keen interest in leveraging digital public infrastructure, or DPI, for global financial inclusion and productivity gains. The minister said, cross-border payments issue has the strength of being a very important instrument to be a good buy-in from all the G20 countries. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Governor of Reserve Bank of India Shaktikant Das jointly chaired the meeting. The meeting saw the participation of around 350 delegates from G20 members, 13 invitee countries and various international and regional organizations. The notification for the assembly election in Karnataka was issued yesterday. On the first day, 221 nominations were received by the Election Commission. 27 BJP candidates filed their nominations yesterday, 26 Congress candidates, 12 JDS, 10 AAP, 1 BSP, 100 nominations by other political parties and 45 nominations were received from the independents. Our correspondent reports that the last day to file the nomination is April 20th.
On the first day yesterday, prominent among those who filed nominations were BJP ministers Murugesh Nirani from Bilgi, Dr. K. Sudhakar from Chikballapur, C.C. Patil from Nargund, S.T. Somshekar from Yeshwantpur, and V. Sunil Kumar from Karkala. From the Congress Party, Rudrappa Lamani from Haveri, Rajshekar Patil from Humnabad, S.S. Mallikarjun from Davangere North, Rupa Kala from Kolar Goldfields filed their nominations yesterday. The last day to file nominations is April 20th. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. All India Radio is presenting a vignette of select quotes of the Prime Minister from Man Ki Baat. Let's listen today to the excerpts in which the Prime Minister urged the people of northeastern states to resolve their issues peacefully.
People, voice and direct dialogue. That's your and our Man Ki Baat. Yes, this is how our Prime Minister connects with millions of countrymen. With the program Man Ki Baat, aired on the last Sunday of every month on All India Radio. This series, which started on October 3rd, 2014, will complete its 100th episode in April 2023. Let us recollect the words of the Prime Minister in this 61st episode, where he appealed to the people from northeastern states to resolve their issues peacefully. Every problem in the world has a solution which can be arrived at peacefully. In our country of such a vast expanse, sometimes local issues and interpersonal issues get entangled in such a way that they lead to unrest. Such a situation has cropped up now and again in the states of Northeast. But now the conditions have changed, and with efforts, local issues are being sorted out with amicable parleys. Coincidentally, the Republic Day in the year 2020 fell on a Sunday when the Prime Minister addressed the nation through Man Ki Baat. The Prime Minister delivered a message of peace and brotherhood, which was pertinent then and now.
हम 21वीं सदी में हैं, जो ज्ञान, विज्ञान और लोकतंत्र का युग है। क्या आपने किसी ऐसी जगह के बारे में सुना है जहां हिंसा से जीवन बेहतर हुआ हो? क्या आपने ऐसी किसी जगह के बारे में सुना है जहां शांति और सद्भाव जीवन के लिए मुसीबत बने हो? हिंसा किसी समस्या का समाधान नहीं करती। दुनिया की किसी भी समस्या का हल कोई दूसरी समस्या पैदा करने से नहीं, बल्कि अधिक से अधिक समाधान ढूंढकर ही हो सकता है। आइए हम सब मिलकर एक ऐसे नए भारत के निर्माण में जुट जाएं जहां शांति हर सवाल के जवाब का आधार हो।
Nation remembers the architect of the Indian Constitution, Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, on his birth anniversary today. President Draupadi Murmu greeted fellow citizens on the occasion. In a message, the President stated that B.R. Ambedkar's basic mantra, educate, organize and struggle to bring the deprived communities to the mainstream of society, will always remain relevant. President Murmu also highlighted Baba Saheb's faith in the rule of law and commitment to social and economic equality as the backbone of the country's democracy. She urged the citizens to pledge to adopt Dr. Ambedkar's ideals and continue to work towards creating an egalitarian and prosperous nation and society. On the occasion, Bharat Gaurav Tourist train for Baba Saheb Ambedkar Yatra will be flagged off from New Delhi by Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw and Union Ministers Dr Virendra Kumar and G Kishan Reddy. Under the Dekho Apna Desh initiative, the train will cover prominent sites associated with the life of Dr Bhim Rao Ambedkar. The 7 nights and 8 days long journey will end at Gaya, halting at Mau in Madhya Pradesh, the birthplace of Baba Saheb, Nagpur to visit Diksha Bhumi, Sanchi and Varanasi. In Mumbai, civic authorities have made elaborate arrangements at the Chaitya Bhumi for the public to pay tributes to Dr. Ambedkar. Mumbai's civic body has also arranged a special laser show at Ramabai viewing deck and photo exhibition at the Chaitya Bhumi. Various other programs have also been scheduled. More from our correspondent. Festivals of Vaisakhi, Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Navabarsha, Vaisakhadi, Mishari, Navabarsha and Puthandu Pirappu are being celebrated in different parts of the country today. President Draupadi Murmu has extended greetings to countrymen and Indians living abroad on Vaisakhi, Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Navabarsha, Vaisakhadi and Puthandu Pirappu. In a message, the President said that these farmers' festivals celebrated in different parts of our country present a glimpse of India's rich cultural heritage and diversity. In a message, the Vice President Jagdeep Thankar said these festivals are an integral part of India's diverse culture and traditions, symbolizing the spirit of unity, harmony and brotherhood. In wrestling, freestyle wrestler Aman Sehrawat clinched India's first gold medal at the Asian Wrestling Championships 2023 in Astana, Kazakhstan yesterday. Aman Sehrawat, who became the first Indian wrestler to win gold at the Under-23 World Championships in Spain last year, topped the podium in the men's 57 kg freestyle category on the penultimate day of the competition. In IPL cricket, Gujarat Titans beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets in Mohali last night. Gujarat Titans overhauled the target of 154 runs in 19.5 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. Today, Kolkata Knight Riders will take on Sunrisers Hyderabad at Eden Gardens, Kolkata. The match will start at 7:30 p.m. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Renu Kataria.
Thank you, Anuja. COVID 8-month high at 10,000 plus, but just 1 of 1,000 patients hospitalized. AIIMS Delhi issues OVID advisory, writes the Pioneer. A top front page headline in the Tribune says, India tests battle readiness on China border amid LAC standoff. Army and IAF conduct drill to airlift special forces. As services surge, financial year 2023 exports rise 14%, imports up 17%, reports the Indian Express. Hilton, Radisson and Minor announce luxury launches, while Wyndham keen to bring in a number of brands to India, informs the Economic Times under the headline, Global Hotel Chains checking in with new brands. From next year, a shorter GMAT with new section with introduction of data insights, reports the Times of India. Karnataka quota reject seems to be shaky, flawed, writes Hindustan Times, quoting the Supreme Court. And finally, the Asian Age notes in a historical feed, Assam enters Guinness Book, hosts largest Bihu performance in a single venue. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Renu. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate and lay foundation stones of several development projects in Assam today. Prime Minister holds telephone conversation with his UK counterpart Rishi Sunak, raises security of Indian diplomatic missions in UK, among other issues. Discussions on climate finance moving in positive direction, says India at G20 Finance Ministers meeting in Washington. Nation remembers Dr Bhim Rao Ambedkar on his birth anniversary today. On the occasion, Bharat Gaurav Tourist train to be flagged off from New Delhi. Festivals of Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Vaisakhadi and Puthandu Pirappu being celebrated in different parts of the country today. And Aman Sehrawat clinches India's first gold medal at Asian Wrestling Championships in Astana. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsoneir.gov.in and News on EIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.